What's up, everybody? It's your boy CB back at you with another video. In this video, I'm going to be going over a bunch of different tips you guys can use to help increase your chances of beating really good players in fights. My first tip, which I see a lot of people not do, is when you're in fights, always look for right hand peeks when you're trying to get any kind of a peek shot. If it's not a right hand peek, it's probably not a good peek shot. It's just like overall, most of the pros, after they make an edit and they're going to shoot someone, it's always off of a right hand peek, like 90% of the time, and it just exposes yourself less. And I think that you really want to maximize not exposing yourself. Like, the most you can not expose yourself, the much better chance you'll have of winning the fight. And right hand peeks is a really good way to do that. There's a lot of other ways to not expose yourself, but that's just one of them. The first thing I recommend doing in any fight is try to take height. If you're playing the fight from high ground, it's so much easier than if you're playing from low ground. And usually the person who wins height in the first 5 or 10 seconds of the fight is going to be the person who's playing the whole fight with an advantage. So being that person who gets height quick is going to be your first step to winning the fight. Something I think you should do is try to be sneaky if you can. So if they don't see you yet, try to hide, sneak up on them, get as close to you as you can without them seeing you, and then try to beam them. Just because if you can get a quick beam off and you get 100 damage on them, that's obviously going to put you at a huge advantage in the fight. Something that kind of goes along with that is you're going to want to wait for the perfect timing in a fight. If someone already sees you and you're already fighting, then there's not much you can do. But if they don't see you or you're not really fighting them yet, if you wait for that perfect timing, it's going to make the fight a lot easier for you. So maybe wait for them to get distracted or get third-partied and then make your push. Because if you're coming in off, if you're third-partying a fight, it's way easier to get an easy kill than if you're just 1v1ing someone. You're also going to want to keep an eye on your mats, just so that if you don't have a lot of mats, you're not going to want to try and build fight them. And if you do have a lot of mats, you're going to want to take advantage of that and make sure you're building as much as you can to get above them and that kind of stuff. Something you're also going to want to keep in mind is your ping. If you're a low ping player, you should take advantage of that and try and just take people's walls as much as you can in those box fight situations. Because if you can take their wall every time, they're not going to expect that, and that could be a huge advantage in a fight. And also, if you're a high ping player, you might as well not even try and take walls, just because there's not much point to it. If you're playing on 100 ping, try to beat them in other ways that don't involve taking walls. If you are lucky enough to be able to take their walls, when you do take the wall, I recommend not just going crazy and editing in. I recommend doing an edit where you can get off a quick shot and then reset the wall to try and take as little damage as possible while still dealing out damage. And once you reset the wall, you can go for another edit shot and keep doing that if it works. And if they're not coned in, if there's not a cone in their box, I recommend placing a cone or a stair to Mongrel Classic, something like that. There's a lot of different things you can do once you do get the wall, but just try and not expose yourself too much once you do make that edit and that kind of stuff. My last tip is going to be, if you get them one shot, just go to town spraying and don't let them heal. A lot of times I see people trying to get them with a shotgun shot. It looks prettier, it's cleaner and stuff, but you're going to want to just spray to get that finish while you can, while there's still one shot. Keep in mind, no one tip or anything is going to make anyone a pro player. It's going to take a lot of practice to get better. So tips help, but practice is what ultimately will make you a lot better. So know what to practice, know how to play through tips like this. But at the end of the day, practicing is going to make you better, so that's what I recommend doing most of all. Hope this video was helpful. If it was, please drop a like, subscribe if you're new, and I'll see you on the next one. Peace.